Hi guys, it's Connie8 here. I'm going to be casting this game for GameReplays.org with the third tournament in the first season. With me today is Sengar, and on the camera is Calnian, who's recording it for us. The game we got, it's in the semi-finals of this tournament, and it's NYU versus 5, so it should be an interesting game to watch, definitely. 5 being number 1 seeded team, I believe. Want to go through the bans there, Sengar?
Yep, I'll take it away. So straight away then NYU started banning first. So it went Puppet Master, then we see Kronos, then Plague Rider, Ophelia, Accursed, and Zephyr. So some quite interesting bans there. Notably, something like Ophelia. Definitely wanting to get rid of that pick because it's in quite capable hands. Even though 5 have got good players who can use it, but NYU have already used it once it's tournament. Quite deadly effects. But the rest still interesting. But do you want to just go us through some of the lineup then, Con?
Yeah. So it was Hellborn who got first pick. Yeah. They started off by going Hellbringer, NYU, Pestilence, Corrupted Disciple, already like a good synergy between them already, and then Demented Shaman and Slither from the Hellborn side. And then Blacksmith, who I haven't seen played in a while. He's been banned a lot recently, so it's good to see him back being played. And then Arcana is the other pick for. Oh, sorry, they didn't. It was NYU who first picked. And Arcana, or Arachna, sorry, for
Yep, Arachna.
5. Arachna. So yeah. What can I say? 2 carries already in the first 2 picks for NYU. They're not going like the game we just saw. They went for a pretty heavy push strategy, which they obviously can't go now since Ophelia has been banned. You know, obviously 5 doing some scouting there. Don't know how they found out that they were good doing a push strat, but you know, bit of a fly in the ointment there for NYU. You know, a lot of just strong heroes from 5. That don't necessarily have great synergy, but they're, you know, strong heroes. 4 range so far, so it's going to be really a bit of a bitch to lane against them for NYU, just looking at it from that point of view. And now Pyromancer, as we saw last game as well, Pyromancer getting picked.
The game
And the
before
last
that
pick
though,
for
NYU, just gonna interrupt them, but NYU the game before, when I saw they did use Blacksmith, and he, whatever you want to call it, did get rather lucky with some of these multicasts. Ended up getting 3 times very often, and pretty much crushed a lot of the enemy support heroes. I think Demented Shaman was actually one of the heroes that were playing, and seemed to lose about 3/4 of health every time Blacksmith got near him using that Flame and Hammer Fireball combination. So he's obviously going to be looking to repeat that sort of victory he gained from it. But there we go then, that last pick of Vindicator. Quite a curious one, isn't it?
Yeah, I definitely didn't see it coming anyways. I suppose it's, you know, they can kind of counter the initiation from Hellbringer. Hellbringer would probably, well, he's just a great hero, really. He's a really strong hero. And it's very hard, you know, he'll probably be babysitting Pestilence here, and it's very hard to take down Pestilence when you have like no mana whatsoever. So yeah, lane for NYU, they have some good lanes there. Pyromancer, Blacksmith, they could lane. I'd say they'd lane. Blacksmith could solo mid though. Corrupted Disciple could solo mid as well. So they could do either of that. They're both strong lanes. We see Predator, the last pick from 5. So they're 2 good carries there, definitely. Demented Shaman and Predator probably laning up. You know, Arachna soloing and Hellbringer and Slither laning, maybe, I think. Yeah, so
yeah,
like
as you said already. It's alright. As you said already, multiple options they've all got with them. But 5 lineup is quite a different lineup than they may usually play with, as you said, Slither, Predator last pick. Be quite interested to see how it proves out, as they're going to be relying quite a little bit on just dealing out some damage with their normal auto attacks, and less focused on abilities. So that's not to say they do have actually plenty there whilst I'm just looking at it. But I think a lot might come down to who can farm this middle bit. Who do you think is going to go middle for 5?
It, I don't know. It's hard to say, but it's probably going to be Arachna. I'd say, if I were to
Yep.
guess.
Definitely,
I
she's got a nice auto attack.
Yeah, I think she's the strongest mid there.
But here we go then, last 10 seconds, countdown's just going to go off and start answering some of our questions. As they all go into whatever position you want to take, see if we get some early rune action at all.
It was a close race, but Angry Testy beat, who was it, Blacksmith? No, Pyromancer, in the loading battle. Interesting stuff.
Oh, is that our job over now? We done. If only, a lot of people are saying. But here we go then. So it's going to be for Legion, NYU, and 5 for HoN. So we'll see which way they end up moving then. So up top then, we're going to, as you said, Demender Shaman Predator, standard lane, very nice, with the heals and the like. And then it'll be a Blacksmith Pyro top then. It's, as I said, I think last time they ended up teaming up with, I think Plague Rider was up with Blacksmith, and after he used the Flaming Hammer, then Plague would follow up with his nuke and did a lot more damage obviously than it usually would, so it's going to be pretty much even more effective with Pyromancer now with his abilities. So I'll be interested to see if they can get a quick couple of kills on Demender Shaman or something when they're not looking, or take advantage. But bottom then, so we're going to have Pestilence Vindicator against, who is it?
It is, I guess Arachna is going to move mid when this all kind of sorts itself out. Slither kind of looks like, well, Slither's closest to mid. Is he going mid? I think he is. He is indeed. Okay, so I was wrong there, but yeah. Okay, they can't. They ward. They ward up the pole there. 2 wards down from 5 already from Angry Testy, who was playing Hellbringer. I didn't realise that. Angry Testy usually takes the route of the carry or the semi-carry in the 5 team. Is a very good player, very strong farmer. But maybe he's, I don't know. Can Hellbringer still carry? He used to be able to carry before some nerfs.
Yeah, the Lifefall did take quite a bit of punishment over some of these patches, but still a good percent, but obviously not as deadly as it was. You could definitely take on 2 or 3 heroes yourself and still take up. But I would cut it out altogether though. But in middle, meanwhile, Corrupt Disciple did have quite a bit of advantage having that double damage. Able to get quite a few last hits and deal some damage on Sliver. I'm still curious to see if Pyro and Blacksmith will end up getting any kills. Well, obviously there's always a chance, but especially with Predator able to use his Stone Hide, they're going to be finding it a bit more tougher than they might against an Everlane. But as I said earlier, they're probably going to try and go for Demented Shaman if they can, as he's obviously a lot weaker.
Definitely. That will be the target. I really like that lane, Blacksmith and Pyromancer. I mean, I think it's initiation from Tobacco gets double stun there, does deal a lot of damage. Anyway, as I was saying, I really like that lane because it's similar to the Magnus Pyro lane, because you can like initiate with Blacksmith's stun, like what just happened there, and then you're guaranteed to get off Pyromancer's stun as well. So you have the stun lock there, and then that's a lot of damage as well. So I think that's a really strong lane, and they'll do well there if well, you know.
Yep. It's definitely going to be a nice fight down bottom as well. Just having a quick check because it's double ranged here. Both Arachna and Hellbringer are doing a lot of punishment on the Vindicator every time he tries to harass him. But as soon as he starts leveling up his Sage's Law and catching both at the same time, they're going to be in a little bit of trouble themselves, to be honest.
Well, that may be so. They both have very cheap spells that they can. I'm not sure that the cooldown on Hardened Carapace, but they both have cheap spells to turn off Sage's Lore, so it won't be too bad.
Yep, very true.
That's good. That's good lane composition from 5 there. That they have cheap spells that they can use to counter Sage's Lore. So you know,